So I want to be very clear about something that a lot of people are just not willing to admit. The overall real estate market is about to be in big trouble because millions of people are in big trouble. Check out this awful news coming up. What's going on, my YouTube friends? This is Jerry Abbott, your #1 real estate resource here in beautiful Las Vegas. Hey guys, a couple of real quick things before we dive into the video. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn the cold hard facts about the overall real estate market, the economy, and the Las Vegas real estate market, then definitely subscribe to the channel down below. Number two, if you happen to like the content in today's video, make sure to give me that thumbs up like, guys. That would really help the channel out. And number three, if you're thinking about buying a home and relocating here to beautiful Las Vegas, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. So the first piece of awful news is this Twitter post that just came out the other day that I'm going to put up on screen and read you. Take a look at this. U.S. housing market is so expensive that home prices would have to crash 35% or mortgage rates drop 4 percentage points to make it considered affordable. And if that isn't depressing enough, take a look at this heartbreaking 40-second video that I want to show you guys right now.
I will never be able to afford a house. I will never be able to afford a house.
No one that works a full-time job should be facing homelessness. And that's what my family is facing right now.
Being completely radicalized by the rental housing market right now, I cannot believe that you can pay over $300 in non-refundable fees just to apply for an apartment.
A big part of the reason why social life here in America is getting more and more difficult has to do with the fact that nobody can afford decent housing.
Everybody in America kind of knows, like, it's over.
So you can see the obvious sense of hopelessness and despair that's taking its toll on many people due to how expensive everything is, especially housing costs. In fact, just to prove this point a little bit further, take a look at this short video clip that just came out on how expensive housing costs are right now from CBS News.
It is tough out there with the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage now 8%. That is the highest since 2000. And take a look at this chart, this huge jump in just the last 2 years. In October of 2021, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage was 3%. To put that in real terms, 2 years ago, a $400,000 home with a 20% down payment would have run you about $1,350 a month. At today's rates, that same home is going to cost you $2,350. That is $1,000 more every single month.
And I hate to say it, but that $2,300 a month number that you just saw is not even remotely accurate. The real number is closer to $3,500 a month that you can see right next to me when you add in all the taxes, fees, and insurance. And you're about to see even more shocking details about the overall housing market in the upcoming segments. All right, so I want to first start with this shocking article that came out last month from CBS News. Now, there's a very specific reason why I'm showing you this article that's 1 month old. Take a look at that shocking headline right next to my picture. Homes unaffordable in 99% of nation for average American. Now, I want to scroll down here in part of the article here just to show you this blue highlighted part right here where it says, researchers examined the median home prices last year for roughly 575 U.S. counties and found that home prices in 99% of those areas are beyond the reach of the average income earner who makes $71,214 per year. So let's put that in perspective for a second. If you earn $71,000 per year, 99% of all homes that are for sale are completely out of reach for you to be able to realistically purchase. Now, here's the more shocking thing. Take a look at this underlined sentence right here in that other paragraph where it says mortgage rates have topped 7%. Now, there's a reason why I'm showing you guys this article, because at the end of last month in September, mortgage rates hit 7%. Now we fast forward to the present day, end of October, 1 month later, and now mortgage rates have topped 8%. So if already 99% of homes were completely out of reach for you, earning $71,000 per year with mortgage rates at 7%, now at over 8%, 100% of homes are completely out of reach for the average income earner. And in the next clip, I'm going to show you why it's getting even worse, because mortgage rates really are not 8%. They're really 8.5% and even 9% for a lot of people, and it's just adding more fuel to the fire. Let's take a look at that clip right now. So now let's take a look at the real mortgage rates that most people are facing, which is absolutely depressing. I'm on the mortgage loan calculation page that I've shown you guys in previous videos. I want you to pay close attention right here where I'm moving the arrow on the left side with that little blue button. It says 30-year fixed rate. We go all the way across and take a look at that interest rate. 8.6%. Now you're getting an 8.6% rate if you have a credit score of 700 to 719 right above it that you can see right there. Now if we hit this drop down menu here, it gives you all the different credit score ranges right here. Let's say you have 800 and up, perfect credit. Take a look at the mortgage rate that you get now. 8.28%. So it's really not that much better. Even if you have perfect credit, you have a good income, and you have a low debt to income ratio. Now let's take a look at the drop down menu and go all the way down here to the low credit range. Let's just pick 620 to 639. Now look at the mortgage rate, 9.25%. The reason I'm showing this to you guys is these are the real mortgage rates that most people are facing. So if you have an average credit score right there of 700 to 719, you're not even at 8%. You're at about 8.6%. So it goes back to that previous segment that I was just telling you guys about. When we were at 7%, 99% of home availability and affordability was completely out of reach for most people. 8% basically puts it 100% out of reach, and most people are now 8.6 or even 9%. This is depressing. It's only getting worse. I think mortgage rates are going to go even higher, which ultimately is going to set the stage for home prices to come down because a lot of people now can't qualify at these rates. All right, so since mortgage rates are completely out of control and housing affordability is becoming more and more challenging, there are many cities right now within the United States that are already suffering with declining home prices. So I want you guys to take a look at this webpage here. These are the top 10 markets with declining home prices. Now we're going to start at number 10 and we're going to work our way up to number 1. So let's take a look here on the far left. San Jose, California is number 10. Provo, Utah is number 9. Chico, California is 8. And Reno, Nevada is number 7. Now these 4 right here, they're averaging about a 6% decline. Let's take a look at the next 4 here. Number 6 is Las Vegas, Nevada, where I happen to be located. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Number 5 is Phoenix, Arizona. Number 4 is Lake Charles, Louisiana, and number 3 is New Orleans, Louisiana. Each of these cities are averaging about a 7 to about an 8.5% decline. And then we're going to take a look at the top 2. Boise, Idaho is down 8.6%, and the number 1 declining city with home prices in the country right now is Austin, Texas at minus 11.6%. So since I happen to be located in the Las Vegas area, take a look over here on the far left. Las Vegas, Nevada already ranks number 6 on this list with a 7% average home price decline year over year. What a lot of people don't realize is Las Vegas happens to be the most popular and most moved to city in the country basically every single month, but home prices are starting to come down. And in the next few clips, I'm going to show you on the popular real estate website Zillow various price points of some home examples that are for sale here in the Las Vegas area and the dramatic price reductions that are happening. Let's take a look at those right now. All right, so now I want to show you 4 different examples of homes that are for sale in the Las Vegas area, starting at a little bit of a higher price point, and then I'm going to work my way down closer to the average price point just to show you the kind of price reductions that are now happening across the board. So let's start with this first luxury home. It's a beautiful single-story home. You can see right next to my picture, it's currently listed at $1.3 million, but right underneath it, you can see price cut, $102,000 that happened at the end of September. So about a month ago, this home was listed at about $1.4 million. Now it's currently listed at $1.3 million. But more importantly, take a look down here in the bottom right where I have this highlighted in blue. Back in 2015, 8 years ago, this home was sold for $680,000. Fast forward to this past summer, 8 years later, and the sellers tried listing this home and selling it for $1.6 million. That's a 135% increase in just 8 years, which is pretty dramatic. There was no buyers, and then in August, they lowered the price to $1.5 million. No buyer. In the beginning of September, they lowered it another $100,000 to $1.4 million. No buyer, and now they have it currently listed at $1.3 million, and there's still no buyer. So what's happening is buyers are not taking the bait. Sellers are still delusional, thinking they're going to get prices from back at the peak levels in 2022, and that's just not the case. Prices are being reduced across the board, even in the luxury category. And if you're patient, even if you're a luxury buyer, which a lot of people are right now, they are sitting on the sidelines waiting for prices to continue to come down, which is happening right now as this example shows. And they're going to continue to happen, in my opinion, especially as we get into the winter months. All right, so let's take a look at this second example. You can see right at the top that this home is currently listed at $990,000. But right underneath it, you can see it says price cut $205,000 on October 17th. So this home was previously listed at about $1.2 million, and now they did a dramatic price cut of about $200,000, where it's currently listed now at $990,000. But more importantly, take a look down here in the bottom right where I have this highlighted in blue. 9 years ago in 2014, this home was originally sold for $400,000. Fast forward 9 years later in October of this year, the beginning of this month, the sellers originally tried listing this home for $1.2 million. That's a 200% increase in value that they thought they were going to get, but there are no buyers at that level. So they did a dramatic price cut 2 weeks ago of about $200,000, where it's currently listed now at $990,000. So there's a reason why I'm showing you guys this home example. Even though I know a lot of people can't afford a $1 million home, there's still a lot of sellers out there trying to find these naive buyers that are willing to pay any price for their home. A lot of sellers are just randomly attaching a number to their home, hoping to get maximum value like last year, and that's no longer the case. Their buyers are just not there the way they were last year because things are changing. There's a lot of global economic uncertainty. Interest rates are at peak levels. The stock market is starting to go down. So the buyers are just not there, and sellers are starting to realize that. And that's why these dramatic price reductions are starting to happen. Let's take a look at the next example. All right, so let's take a look at this third example. Now we're coming down a little bit more in price. You can see at the top here that this home is currently listed at $725,000. But more importantly, take a look down here in this small white chart, just to the right of my arrow. It says July 2022. That was the peak level of the real estate market about 15 months ago. Now, just to the left of that, there's a small number right there that says $1.1 million. That means this home was valued at $1.1 million 15 months ago at the peak of the real estate market. Now take a look at it. Estimated market value right there, $777,000. Now that's a pretty accurate estimate. The way Zillow's algorithm works, that's pretty accurate. So again, this home has dropped over $300,000 or more than 30% in just 15 months. So again, that's why I keep saying, guys, patience is the prudent play. From the peak levels of last year till now, there's 20-30% price drops. And I think because rates are so high right now and we're coming into that slower winter season, that prices are going to keep going down as we go through the rest of this year and well into 2024. Let's take a look at the final example. All right, so let's take a look at this fourth and final example of a home that's for sale in the Las Vegas area. Now we're getting down closer to the average price point. You can see right next to my picture there, right at the top, this home is currently listed at $550,000, but right underneath it, it says price cut $49,000 on October 19th. So not even 2 weeks ago, they did nearly a $50,000 price cut. But what I want you guys to take a look at is down here at the bottom right. On the bottom right here where I have it highlighted, it says in 2019, this home sold for $390,000. 4 years later, August of 2023, the sellers tried to sell this home and listed it at $670,000. That's a 72% increase in just 4 years, which is a dramatic appreciation increase in such a short period of time. There was no buyers at the $670,000 mark. And then what happened is the sellers started to reduce the price. They reduced it to $650,000, no buyer. $640,000, no buyer. $615,000, $600,000, no buyer, until right now where they have it at $550,000. So this is another clear-cut example of a seller not properly pricing their home. In 78 days on the market, this home has dropped from $670,000 down to $550,000. That's a $120,000 price reduction in less than 3 months because, again, the home was never valued at $670,000. The sellers are out there trying to get maximum value, which is understandable, but the market is speaking loud and clear. Buyers are sitting on the sidelines more and more. They're waiting for the value of these homes to come down so that they can get better deals because, again, with interest rates at 8+%, a lot of people can't qualify at these higher levels, so they have to get down to a lower price point in order for them to be able to afford it. And speaking of affordability or the lack thereof, I wanted to show you guys one final thing with this same home example, just to show you how expensive it is to own a home that's only a little over $500,000. Take a look right here where it says monthly cost, almost $4,000 a month. And I want to show you how they break this down right here. Purchase price right here is $550,000. Down payment is $110,000 or 20% of the purchase price. Then you have the 30-year fix, and then the interest rate is 8.6% because, again, like I said in the earlier segment, the average home borrower is right around that 8.5% range. So with an 8.5% interest rate, you have to still put down $110,000 just to get to about a $4,000 monthly cost, which means you need to have $100,000+ sitting around to put down on a down payment. Plus, you need to be making about $125,000 a year minimum to comfortably afford this kind of a house price. This is why the real estate market is completely out of whack, and most people cannot afford to buy a home right now. It is very difficult out there, and with interest rates still going up, I think it's only going to get more difficult in the near term, but eventually, prices at least are going to come down, in my opinion, because this is not a sustainable market. So the bottom line is this: the American dream of owning a home has now become a complete nightmare. The majority of people simply just don't earn enough money to keep up with these ridiculous overinflated costs. That's why I keep telling you guys to hold off on buying a home, cut down on your spending, try to save as much money as possible during these difficult times, and I will continue to shout this from the rooftops. So before we end today's video, I just want to give a shout out to my favorite comment from last week's video. It's actually not my favorite comment, it's the most shocking comment, and it came as a text message to me from a potential client. I'm going to put it up here on screen and read a part of it to you, and you're going to see just how shocking this is. So I'm just going to read the red highlighted box. Me and my wife are currently renting a home in Rhodes Ranch for $7,000 a month. Crazy. And we're looking to buy a home in South Summerlin Cliffs. So now that's a really shocking comment. Now I know a lot of you are not familiar with the Las Vegas Valley, but that particular community that he was referencing in that comment is a very nice guard-gated community in the southwest part of the valley with moderately priced homes that should never be renting for that kind of a price point. And the reason why I wanted to show you guys this example is whether you're trying to buy a home or you're renting a home, people are truly feeling the pain and are very frustrated. Now I want to hear from you guys. I want you to drop me a comment down below and let me know what you're frustrated about regarding all of these overinflated prices. I don't care if it's gas prices, food prices, rent prices. Definitely let me know what's bothering you. I'm going to tell you what's bothering me, and I'm sure many of you are bothered by it as well. Take a look at that graphic right next to me. Netflix just raised their subscription plan yet again, but take a look at the price 10 years ago. It was half the amount that it is now. So it's gone up about 100% in the last 10 years. So it begs the question, like I've asked you guys before, has your salary gone up 100% in the last 10 years? No. And that's why these stagnant wages are killing people, because everything is going up 50 or 100+%, and people are not getting those kind of salary bumps. So definitely let me know what you're frustrated about. And my favorite comment from this week's video, I'm going to give a direct on-screen shout out to in next week's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I also hope you appreciate my transparency. Like I've said before, I'm always going to keep it 100% real on this channel regarding the overall real estate market, with specific emphasis here in the Las Vegas area. So like I've been advocating, guys, in a lot of my previous videos, don't even dream of buying a home right now if you don't have to. Home prices are still near record highs. We now have 20-year high interest rates. I definitely think the economy is going to hit rough water later this year, and as a result of that, home prices are going to come down as we get into 2024. With that said, if you are thinking about buying a home, especially here in the Las Vegas area where I happen to be located, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. I'll see you in the next video.